All right, in RT4-1, Part 2, we are going to use the law of sines to find some things in our triangles. All right, let's take a look and let's find the sine of angle C. That's a typo, please fix that. And the sine of angle B. In our triangle, we have our angles. We can see our angle C and our angle B. A is going to be our 90-degree angle. So to find the sine of angle C, we're going to look at the opposite. So the opposite is the little c over the hypotenuse, and that's little a. Now, I'm going to do something a little weird, but we're going to multiply by a on both sides. So we're going to get a times the sine of c equals c. And now we're going to divide both sides by the sine of c. So a is equal to c over sine of angle c. Remember, you guys, it's really important to keep in mind that the lowercase letters represent side lengths and the uppercase letters represent angle measures. Let's keep this now here in the back of our minds as we go and look at sine of b. So let's find the sine of angle b. As I look, the sine, remember it's opposite, so little b over the hypotenuse, which is little a. I'm going to follow the same thing I did on the other one, and I'm going to multiply both sides by a. So I have a sine of angle b equals little b. And I'm going to divide both sides by sine of b. So I have a equals little b over sine of angle b. All right, now we're going to stop and think and kind of look at what we have so far. So notice that we found that a was equal to c, little c, over sine of angle c. A was also equal to b over sine of angle b. So by the transitive property, we could say that c, little c that is, over sine of angle c is equal to little b over sine of angle b. This right here just proves the law of sines. Nice work, everybody. Here is what the law of sines officially says. So for a triangle with angles A, B, and C, and sides A, B, and C, side opposite of angle A, side B, opposite angle B, and so on, what the law of sine says that sine of angle A over side A is equal to the sine of angle B over side B, which is equal to the sine of angle C over side C. And yes, if you wanted to, you could flip the sides and the angles. You just have to be consistent. You're going to put all the angles on top, put the angles on top, all the sides on the bottom, or put all the sides on top and all the angles on bottom. All right, let's go ahead and practice this. As I'm looking at my triangle here, I see that I'm trying to find the measure of angle B, which is right here. I have angle C, and I have the side opposite of angle C, so we can say the sine of 68 over 250 equals sine of B, as that's what we're looking for, and I see that opposite B I have 150, so over 150. To solve this, we're going to cross multiply. So 150 times sine of 68 equals 250 times sine of angle B. I'm going to go ahead and multiply my calculator. 150 times the sine of 68, and I get 139.0776782, and so on. Before I get rid of that in my calculator, I'm going to also divide both sides by 250. So in my calculator, I'm leaving 150 times sine of 68, which is 139.0775782. I don't want to round early, and I'm going to divide that answer by 250 to get the most precise answer. So here I get, I'm out of space, I get 0.5563 3, and so on equals the sine of angle B. Now, to solve for angle B, we have to use the inverse of sine. So remember that is times sine inverse, and I'm going to do that on both sides. When I put this in my calculator, I'm going to hit second sine to get to sine inverse, and then I'm going to put my number in 0.5563 and so on. When I do this, I get 33.8 degrees approximately is equal to B, and that's because the sine and sine inverse cancel, so I'm just left with B. Let's take a look at another example. This time I'm trying to find W, and W is the side. I see that I have 52 and its opposite side, so I'm going to do sine of 52 over 28 equals, I have the angle measure of 79. I'm trying to find its opposite, so sine 79 over W, and now we're just going to cross multiply to solve. So W times sine of 52 equals 28 times sine of 79. I'm going to go ahead and take out my calculator. I'm going to do 28 times sine of 79, and I get 27.48556 and so on. I'm going to leave that in my calculator so I get the most precise answer. I'm going to divide both sides by sine of 52. So W equals, I'm going to take my answer and divide it by sine of 52, and I get W is equal to approximately 34.9 centimeters, and I rounded that to the nearest tenth. All right, let's go ahead and find AB. So this length here is AB. As I'm looking, I see that I do have the angle across from it, which is 44. Well, it's a pretty bad quality picture, but that's okay. Sine of 44 over, we'll call AB X for now, over X equals, now for the other side, I cannot use this angle with this side because they're not across from each other, okay? This is 63 degrees. Again, I know it's a bad copy, but go with it for now, okay? I have to use 18, and I have to use the angle across from it. It's not given, but we can find it out. We have two of our angles, so 63 plus 44 gives us 107, and I know 180 minus 107 will give us that missing angle measure, which is 73 degrees. So over here we have 73 degrees, and we're going to use the 18 then. So sine of 73 degrees over 18. Now we can go ahead, cross multiply. 18 times sine of 44 equals X times sine of 73. In my calculator right now, I'm going to do 18 times sine of 44 and get my answer, which is 12.5 about. If I round to the nearest tenth, I'm going to leave that in my calculator, and then I'm going to divide both sides by sine of 73. So we're going to get X to equal about 13.1. All right, let's take a look at another one. This time we're trying to find the angle L. And just to rewrite some of these numbers, we have 6, we have 10, this is 125 degrees. We're trying to find angle L here. We have the side opposite of L, which is good. So we have sine of angle L over 6 equals, I see here I have 125 and the side across from it. So I have sine of 125 over 10. Now we just have to cross multiply. So 10 times sine of L equals 6 times sine of 125. In my calculator right now, I'm going to multiply 6 times sine of 125 and get my answer, which is 4.9 about. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 10. So we have the sine of angle L equals 0.49149. To get angle L all by itself, we need to undo sine, which is using sine inverse. We have to do that on both sides. On the left, sine inverse and sine cancel, so I'm left with L. In my calculator, I'm going to put in sine inverse of 0.49149. I'm going to do second sine to get to sine inverse. I'm going to enter my number very carefully. I'm going to get L equals about 29.4 degrees. That's the measure of angle L. After you've watched this video, and you're still maybe struggling, maybe you watched it twice, I would check out this other video and of course ask me questions. This is another video that goes through the same concepts.